ladies and sinners. Ladies and sinners, welcome to another edition of the Sin City Sports Show, a championship edition. And I'm only calling that right now because we have a whole third period to go in the Golden Knights after a crazy 4-goal second period. And I'm going to say this. The 4-goal second period came in the final 8 minutes of that second period. We now have a 6-1 lead going into the third period, and when the third period starts, folks, we will be giving you live calls, and I'm hoping there's 3 more goals. I can't ask for much more than what they've already given. The Golden Knights have been an excellent team this year, and I'm telling you, folks, we're nothing but excited right now. The Vegas Golden Knights, the T-Mobile Arena is absolutely rocking. You got towels waving. You got fans saying, "We want the cup. We want the cup." It's been nonstop excitement this entire game. It started out 2-0. Panthers got it within a goal, and then it's been all Knights from there, man. I mean, and I'll tell you what, the second period showed me that Florida was trying to fight. The one thing I can tell you is Vegas is just a lot deeper. They're just a much better team, and Florida's getting what they deserve, honestly. The no state income tax and all that jazz. They're just getting what they deserve. But regardless, welcome to the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Cale Henderson. You guys can get at us on our Twitter forums at SinCity_IESR, at Cale_Henderson's my personal. And I don't know, maybe we need to change the Twitter timeline to Titletown. I mean, we're getting to that point, right? 3 teams in 2 years. If the Golden Knights pull out what I believe they're going to pull out, because a 6-1 lead is a pretty damn good lead in hockey, that's 3 teams in 2 years. Three pro sports teams in 2 years in Vegas to win it all. Gotta love it. We're going to go to break. When we get back, we're going to dive right into the Las Vegas Ramblers, the Lady Aces, and we're going to finish up the show with live calls for the Golden Knights and just a recap of, as much of a recap of the season as we can possibly get, and what we've seen from the Golden Knights, because they are by far one of the better teams we've seen probably win the Cup if they pull it out tonight. We've seen in years. When we get back here on the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio. And welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Cale Henderson. Just exciting times, man. Stanley Cup's coming. The Stanley Cup is coming, and I don't really know if there's any way to stop it at this point. I really don't. And I think everybody should just be jacked and excited if you're a Vegas fan. It's been extremely impressive. Unbelievably impressive. And I don't know what to tell you, folks. This has been an excellent game to watch so far. I will say this, nervous. First part of the first 10 minutes of the second period, I was nervous. I was like, man, Florida's really going to put up a fight. They're playing with desperation. Last 8 minutes of the second period, all Golden Knights. And I'm telling you, folks, if you'd seen what I've seen, if you described it the way I did, I'm telling you, it was beautiful hockey. You couldn't have asked for much better. We've been talking about it all season. The Golden Knights are the best team in what? Transition hockey. They've been the best team in transition hockey all year long. They're the only team in the NHL or the NHL playoffs this year that didn't have a 70-point total player, right? But they were second in the league in goals per game at 4.3. Second to only the Bruins, who fluffed out by the Panthers in round 1. Listen, say whatever we want. The Golden Knights are just a deep team. They're just an excellent team. And kudos goes to the front office. Kudos goes to Bruce Cassidy, who took over this year. I mean, what an excellent start. What an excellent game so far. It's been exciting, and Vegas should just be nothing but excited. Las Vegas Ramblers, killing it. It's time to say, just want to say hi to Taryn Rodriguez, who's chiming in, Larry B, who's chiming in, who's just as excited as I am seeing the Stanley Cup and knowing that one of his shows is a representative of the Stanley Cup. I mean, if things, do what we think they're going to do, Larry. I mean, let's be honest. They've been the better team the whole series. The better team the whole series. The game that the Florida Panthers won, the Golden Knights had a lead before they gave it up. I mean, they've just been a better team all year. It's just unbelievable. Taryn Rodriguez says, "Good evening, Kale. Have an amazing show as always. You're the greatest teammate there is. It's time to say night night." With Knight. Very clever, Taryn. I expect nothing but that from you. Um, Kitty sadly will not meow for sure. And soon, maybe the Ramblers will be adding more hardware to Vegas. I agree, man. Glad you brought that up. Great segue, as always, Taryn. You always bring in the facts. The Vegas Ramblers are currently atop of the American Conference there in the NBA, the National Volleyball Association. And, I mean, I'm sure they're awaiting tournament time, man. And I'd love to see a matchup between the Texas Tyrants and the Las Vegas Ramblers for the final. We'll see if that happens, but man, Las Vegas Ramblers been killing it. 2 years, I think it's about a year and a half ago, they won their first title, right? Would you say that's true, Taryn? They won their title. Not too long after that, the Lady Aces won their title, and now we're looking at, as long as the Golden Knights do what they should be expected to do as professional players. If you have a 6-1 lead, you should be expected to keep that 6-1 lead, if not enhance it, right? Or just play defense. The thing is, you just don't want to get complacent, right? I think these guys know they have cushion. They got to continue to play hard for 20 more minutes because I don't think Florida lays down. This team is gritty. You know, they seem like they're gassed. They seem like they've given up at points in this series, no doubt. But I don't foresee them doing that. Like, hockey players have a load of pride that a lot of other sports athletes don't have. And I just don't see Florida just laying down for a couple more goals. There's just no way. Ramblers title hasn't even been a full year since they won it. So we could be looking at 3 titles in a year, is what you're saying. Because the Ramblers won their title before the Lady Aces did, right? Golden Knights are on the verge of winning their first cup in their 6-year history. We could have 3 titles in Vegas. Is it time to rename Vegas Titletown? I'm just saying, man. We've been saying this for over a year now. This is the fastest growing sports market in America. And if success continues to happen like this, I think that Vegas is going to have a hard time keeping an NBA team from coming. That would be, that would be the big draw now, since the MLB stuff seems to be on the horizon. I'm telling you, the Golden Knights don't just want it more. They're bullying the Panthers tonight. Bullies on ice. Dude, you're 100% correct, Taryn. And here's the thing. I think that the Golden Knights' physicality was an underrated facet of their game because they play with great speed, and their puck movement is one of the best in the league. Obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be 6-1 against a really good Panthers team. But they're a physical team, and the Panthers, in my opinion, are a bigger team. They're a physical team, and I just feel like the Golden Knights have been bullying them most of this series. The only time that I feel like the Panthers have really had an upper hand, other than that one game they won, when the Golden Knights have a lead, the Panthers are trying to get physical, and they're trying to instigate so they can draw penalties. Like, that's kind of the Panthers' game, man. They slow play everything, and they try to get on the power play. They did that the whole playoffs. Guess what? This is the Western Conference, man. Referees, they're not like that. Referees like physicality in the Western Conference. This isn't that silly finesse hockey in the Eastern Conference. And it is what it is, man. I have no problem saying that. Reality. Golden Knights are the better team. And we're seeing it right now. It's a lot of fun. For 9 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. All the while, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and with your help, we are ready to take the next step. When you go to our website, iesportsradio.com, you'll see our Patreon link with 5 different tiers. The first one starting at just $5 a month. This donation gets you a shout out on all 32 of our shows. Higher tiers include IE Sports Radio merchandise, access to our podcasting university, and even a chance to be favored on a segment of our flagship show, The Defining Moment, hosted by himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Larry B., who is in the chat as we speak. Maybe just as excited about a Golden Knights victory as I am. Thank you all very much for continuing to make IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. Ramblers are top of the American Conference. They're one of the top teams in the NBA. The Lady Aces are still absolutely killing it. They're still all in. They are still doing what is necessary to win ball games. They've only lost one regular season game so far this season, and that was against the Connecticut Sun, a really good basketball team. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, overall, when you look at this Vegas Lady Aces team, they're just dominant, man. They're absolutely dominant. Led by Aja Wilson and Jackie Young. I mean, they're absolutely killing it. They're averaging, more than 19 points a game per player. I know that at one point Jackie Young has been averaging. She was averaging over 60% on her field goal percentage. It's dropped to 58, but I don't think anybody would complain about a 58.9% field goal percentage. 45% from three-point range. Aja Wilson's team leading 20.1 points per game. Defensive rebounds 6.6. The big thing is they are outscoring their opponents 91.3 to 79.1. It is all team effort, and the Vegas Lady Aces have been absolutely killing it so far this season, and you can't give them nothing but props. They've been very impressive. And the Raiders are in OTAs. They're doing what they do. We're not going to spend too much time on them because in Vegas we're focused on those winning teams. And when we get back from the break, we're going to dive right into the Vegas Golden Knights because that third period will be underway very soon, where we'll be able to just give you live calls at the same time, talk about the Vegas Golden Knights and their season this year, because they deserve the rest of the show, guys. Let's be realistic. They're the eventual Stanley Cup winning team. They've played excellent. They've been a great representative of the city and the city's sports for the last 6 years. This is hard-earned. This is epic. And this third period, again, God forbid they give up 5 goals, I think that we're going to see this Stanley Cup being hoisted in Vegas tonight, which is very poetic. When we get back here on the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No. Not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on The Defining Moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Callum Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it.
Everybody, this is Darren Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernick.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the '08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies.
And your one-timers.
You wicked wristas.
And be sure to protect your 5-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
Welcome back, ladies and sinners, to the second half of the Sin City Sports Show. And I shouldn't say second half because we still have a little ways to go. We just went into that first break real early because guess what? It's all about the Vegas Golden Knights moving forward. And why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't it be? Oh, man, they just missed an opportunity right there. That was just golden. You have a Bobrovsky basically laying on his stomach and just waiting for a puck to leak behind him. Third period's underway, 14:35 left. And I won't lie, the Florida Panthers are coming out with some heat, but they did the same thing last period, and look what happened. 5 goals second period. So you can't be mad about that. Or sorry, 4 goals second period. So you can't be mad about what the Panthers are doing. I totally see the Golden Knights playing this in a classy manner. I don't know if they're going to run up the score. I don't even know if they try and score again until there's an empty netter, right? I think we're going to see a lot of class because that's kind of the way Bruce Cassidy is, and we have a 6-1 lead, man. Just have your 5 guys sit back in the defensive zone and just make sure nothing stupid happens for the next, 14 and a half minutes. I would love to see 3 more goals because Florida's dirty and they deserve that, but you can't also be mad about the way Florida plays because they're just gritty. They want to play physical. That's their style of hockey. Respect. But hey, steal, William Karlsson. Ooh, hoping for another assist there. Transition hockey's underway. Florida has the puck. They spent a lot of time in the Golden Knights defensive zone. I'm really surprised that that's not a penalty, but they are not going to call that with a 6-1 lead. There's just no way. That should have been a penalty on Florida Panthers. That was a bit of an interference, and you could have had a hooking call there. Yep, offsides. Offsides on the Panthers. By the way, Adam, I absolutely love you and Zach's. I actually love you and Zach's drop. That is so great. You guys even had a Prestige Worldwide wide moment. That was one of the best things I've seen. The Golden Knights are bringing one-timers, wicked wristers, and enduring. Yeah, that drop is absolutely amazing. That is so great, Adam. You and Zach killed that. We're at a TV commercial break right now. A little less than 14 minutes left in the third period, and the Golden Knights have a 6-1 lead. Adam, that was one of the best drops I've heard in a long time, dude. That was hilarious. And the fact that you guys, I don't know, Prestige Worldwide, wide. I think you guys did that was zone, or something like that, dude. That was so great. That was so great. We had a ton of fun recording that drop. I bet you did, Adam. Yeah, it sounds like it. You guys, it's an excellent drop. It might be the best one right now, from what I've heard. Like, I love Terrans. They're always professional. They're always on point. I think I like Martin Sandoval's from the SoCal Saint. I like his. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's true, Adam. LOL one-timers, wicked wristers, and if you're a Korn fan, Twisted Transistors. Yeah, Twisted Transistors are really good. That's a really good song. I think my favorite part at the very end, we won't make fun of the Arizona Coyotes all the time. Do it. They're trash. I don't even know if Arizona will have a hockey team after this next year. Like, it looks like they're trying to relocate because it's just horrible, man. It hasn't worked out at all. It's been terrible. And the ownership, they're getting blasted. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sell the team or they relocate because it's just not working out for the NHL in Arizona. That's for sure. The Golden Knights are doing it all tonight. Absolutely, man. Just make sure you protect the 5-hole. That should be every rule, especially in prison. Just kidding. Anyway, 6-1 lead. Golden Knights. Third period's about to get underway. They're about to drop the puck here. We got Marchessault taking the face-off. No, it was that Jack Eichel taking the face-off. Marchessault's in the lineup. This has to be their second lineup. I think this is line 2. Anytime Mark Stone's on the ice, I understand. In my mind, that's line 1. I think this is line 2, and it's a great mixture of guys. I think Marchessault's one of the better shots. He has one of the better shots I've seen in the playoffs this year, and he's been on fire because I think he's got like 8 goals this series. 8 or 9 goals, not this series, but in the playoffs. He's done an excellent job. Aiden Hill, goalie for the Golden Knights, has been standing on his absolute head, and for you folks that don't know in terms of hockey, that means he has been unbelievable, man. The guy's he's a magician. He's working magic. Dude's just been doing a handstand, saving everything. With the exception of that one game, I think Aiden Hill has just been absolutely lights out. And I think he's earned himself a payday. Adam, you're listening in. Tell me, do you think Aiden Hill, after this performance or after this playoff, do you think he gets top 10 money? Top 10 goalie money? I'm telling you, man, they've been excellent. Let's do a quick recap while live play is going on. Panthers trying to cross center ice. Oh, steal! Steal by Mark Stone! Shot on goal was a miss. Back to center ice with the Florida Panthers. They're in the defensive zone of the Golden Knights. Golden Knights, they get it. Oh, Aiden Hill with an unbelievable save. Good Lord, man. His own player basically tripping him up, and he still made one of the most amazing glove saves. And that should have been a one-timer, man. That should have been a one-timer for the Panthers. And looking at Aiden Hill, he's either has a sigh of relief or he just split his nuts because that was an unbelievable. Ooh, man. What a save, man. Oh, Duclair had a shot. It was an amazing feed. What an absolute save. Oh, the Golden Knights team is just over here like, there's just no way. What an excellent save by Aiden Hill. He's been amazing. That disclaimer is all me too. Just make sure you protect the 5-hole. Taryn, that disclaimer is all me too. This is not sped up for alter. Somehow I got that in the first take. Another goal? Damn it! I know, right, dude? I swear. And I'm glad you brought that up, Larry. What a great segue. First goal of the game was a shorthanded goal. Florida Panthers were on a power play. Mark Stone took the puck, and it was an unbelievably patient play. He attacked the goalie, but at the same time was looking at the pass. He was trying to get an assist in. Just went straight to the 5-hole on Dombrowski. I'm just absolutely livid right now. I don't even know. I don't think it's Dombrowski. I don't know why I said that. Pardon me. Either way, man, like the stat sheet for tonight's game, unreal. Live on TNT. Live on TNT. Puck drop again. Florida's trying to advance past center ice into the Vegas defensive zone. Vegas has just done a great job defensively. They had one breakdown where the Panthers kind of took advantage, and since then it's been pretty impressive. They've done a great job of hustling and scrambling for pucks. I think one of the most impressive things that we've seen in this game was their pressure in the second period, especially what a steal. Oh, great job by 49. I'm telling you, number 7 of the Panthers is just a punk ass. That guy is just, anytime he makes a bad play, he's trying to take it out on a Golden Knights player. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Bruce Cassidy was the head coach for the Washington Capitals for a while. He was fired. He had Ovi on his team, man. Ovi on his team, and they fired him. I mean, like it was his fault, right? It's kind of how that stuff goes. What can you do? Gamecast is underway. Gamecast is underway. So here's the stats for the night, right? Shea Theodore has an assist. Marchessault has an assist. Jack Eichel has 2 assists tonight. Unbelievable. Aiden Hill, 25 saves. Sorry, 25 shots on goal, 24 saves, 96%. Unbelievable. Another goal by the Golden Knights, baby! Another goal by the Golden Knights. That is a 7-1 lead. Barbashev, former St. Louis Blue, former champion with the St. Louis Blues, scores the 7th goal of the game in the third period, or 7th goal of the game in the third period for the Golden Knights. Oh, what a way to rebound that. 5-hole. It squeaked down, man. He was there. He was aggressive. Oh, no, right over the left shoulder. Or right over the right shoulder. Oh, man. Golden Knights are just absolute touchdown Golden Knights. I mean, if there's a way to finish, this is the one. Bobrovsky's been having a rough series, man. And it's obvious that this Golden Knights team has 100% studied this guy. Mark Stone with 2 goals in the game. Martinez with a goal in the game. Man. Golden Knights, oh my gosh, the Panthers score. Now it's 7-2. What a breakdown in the defense there. Reinhart with his 8th goal of the playoffs. Reinhart's an excellent player for the Panthers. Reinhart is an excellent player for the Panthers, dude. Golden Knights goals have been scored by Barbashev, Amadio, Riley Smith, 2 for Mark Stone. 1 being that shorthanded goal that started everything, guys. It was a beautiful, beautiful goal. Unbelievable goal. And assists are Stevenson, Riley Smith, Marchessault, William Karlsson, Bobby Howden. Jack Eichel has 3 tonight. Jack Eichel has been an assist machine in the playoffs. I want to say he's at like 8 or 9 assists in the playoffs. Sorry, I want to say he's at 8 or 9 assists in this series alone. I think the stat before this game was 5. He had 5 assists in 4.5 games, essentially, in 4 games. He hasn't scored, But he's doing a lot more than that, and his puck handling's been second to none, man. Been absolutely amazing to watch. This Golden Knights team's relentless, man. They could easily give up. They know they have a 7-2 lead. They're still playing hard. Still skating hard. Still keeping up with this Panthers team. Sometimes you think that the Panthers are in slow motion, man. Ooh. Nice little tough play there. Panthers on number 55 there for the Golden Knights there. And the offensive zone up against the boards. Gotta love those physical plays, man. Hockey's just a man sport. Absolute man sport. Shea Theodore, former Duck. He's been excellent. Jack Eichel, 4 shots on goal, 3 assists. What an incredible night, man. What a teamwork. Team player. Puck movement. Florida's in the Golden Knights defensive zone. Trying to capitalize on another goal here. Ooh, nice little sneaky shot there. Aiden Hill, as always, on the mark, ready for it. Another shot on goal. Bit of a bouncer, deflected. I don't know if that'll count. They're advancing. Marchessault with the puck. They're advancing. Advancing past center ice. Jack Eichel with the puck. He's always looking for a feed, man. Marchessault. Oh, man. This is part of what I'm saying, guys. Like, look at this transition hockey. It's been automatic all year, and I mean that could have easily, that could have easily been a goal throughout the series, throughout the year in general with those 2 feeds. They were fantastic. The way that this hockey team plays with the puck is unreal. And Jack Eichel's been an absolute master. He's been making all the right decisions. Safety called in the Golden Knights. Yeah, if only that were real. But the unbelievable moments in this game, folks, easily the second period. You have 8 minutes left. Florida is just really applying a ton of pressure. It's 2-1 at that time. It's anybody's game. And that's when the goals started pouring on, man. In 8 minutes, the Golden Knights scored 4 goals. And I think the most impressive goal that we saw, by far the most impressive goal we saw, was the one where, and I want to say, give me a second, let me pull this baby up. Yeah, that save by Aiden Hill is already on Sports Center, man. Like they're I'm telling you, that was unbelievable. You're going to have to give me a second here. Vegas restores a 2-goal lead. Let's see who kicked this baby off. And I want to say that this play here was exactly what we were looking for when the Vegas Golden Knights knew, hey, the Panthers have been putting on a lot of pressure. It's time to put some pressure back in. And I'm telling you, folks, this play, basically what happened was before the goal was scored, the Vegas Golden Knights knew that with this specific play, oh, what a great play. It was Martinez. Martinez with the 3rd goal of the game to restore the 2-goal lead. Unbelievable. William Karlsson had a sweet pass to set up another Knights goal. And this is where it was really impressive, guys. Because you saw a Panthers team that couldn't make a substitute. They were in their defensive zone. That specific Panthers defensive line was on the ice for 2 minutes. And in hockey, that is an absolute marathon, guys. In hockey, 2 minutes of straight skating is unreal. Like, it's unheard of. You just don't have that happen. But because of a puck stoppage and because it was their fault, they couldn't make a change. But the Golden Knights, being that their bench was closer, was able to make a change during the transition. And they tired out the Florida Panthers. They were able to go up 4-1 off of a Riley Smith goal because of an unbelievable effort to keep that specific defensive line in check. And oh my goodness. Are we in trouble here, folks? Sam Bennett just buried a 3rd goal at 7-3, 8:21 left in the 3rd. Are the Panthers really putting on pressure? Oh, wow. It's one of those squeakers, isn't it? Oh, come on. It was a bad stick by 7. Bad stick by Petrangelo. That's on Petrangelo big time. Can't have that stick angled up, man. That's no good. Oop, Golden Knights. Good transition again. Good feeds. Putting on the pressure. I think what's really smart is the Golden Knights just try and keep in this offensive zone here. Again, this is a Panthers team that is very tired. They're in the offensive zone, back and forth. William Karlsson had the puck. He's got the puck again. He kept it out of Bobrovsky's. Yep, he kept it out of Bobrovsky's mitt, who was reaching for it. Heads up play. Hand-eye coordination of hockey players is unreal. Golden Knights still with the puck. Line change. Pass center ice. That's Marchessault, baby. Jack Eichel, Marchessault, we're in line 2, but this is their best line. This is their best scoring line. If Mark Stone isn't in the conversation for like the most amazing captain out there, this second lineup has to be talked about, man. Eichel's been just a man possessed this year for the Vegas Golden Knights. And again, this is a Golden Knights team that didn't have a single player over 70 points this year. Adam said it's officially a football score now. 100% true. 4 goals in 7 minutes, man. That's tough. They've already done 2 though. If they didn't let Vegas score that 7th goal, I think the comeback's possible, but right now I just think it's out of reach. Now Vegas just needs to be smart. They need to be smart. They need to keep the puck. Just pressure him, man. Have a line of 5 dudes at center ice. Nice save by Aiden Hill as usual. Reinhart was there, man. He was ready. If Aiden Hill didn't hold on to that puck, Reinhart was there and he was ready he was looking for a 9th goal in this playoffs. Reinhart's an excellent player for the Panthers, man. Losing Kachuk hurts too. Don't get me wrong. Losing Kachuk is big. But Mark Stone's been an absolute man possessed in this playoffs. Face off in the Golden Knights zone. Empty net by the Florida Panthers already. An empty net by the Florida Panthers already. Uh-oh. That hit the post? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I like this empty net. Maybe they don't really have a choice. You have 6 minutes left. Adam, tell me if I'm wrong. Stevenson's applying pressure. They're past center ice. Florida Panthers are on the defensive, or in the Golden Knights defensive zone. Are they really going to call icing there? Come on, man. On an empty net. Hockey. Hockey strategy's funny, man. A lot of excitement. Who am I giving the Conn Smythe to? Man. Is the Conn Smythe the most valuable player in the league? Are you talking about just for the Stanley Cup? Help me out, Adam. Keep me posted on that. So, who are you giving the Conn Smythe to? I think that's the MVP for the Stanley Cup, or is that for the entire league? It's hard, dude. It's hard not to say Aiden Hill. It's hard not to say Mark Stone. And it's really hard not to say Jack Eichel. Like, Jack Eichel's got, and I just confirmed it, 8 assists in this series. In this series, not the playoffs. This series, he's got 8 assists. Goal, baby! 8-3 Golden Knights. That's a hat trick for Mark Stone in the Stanley Cup Game 5. And the hats are on the ice, folks. Golden Knights fans are throwing the hats on the ice. Marchessault's having a blast. Mark Stone's celebrating. This could be his first cup title. 8-3 Golden Knights with 5 minutes and 54 seconds. And it was an empty netter by Mark Stone to complete the hat trick. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Adam, I don't know, man. It's really hard, man, because Aiden Hill has had an unbelievable, I mean, let's be real. Aiden Hill's had an unbelievable playoff run. Like, the Golden Knights aren't here if Aiden Hill doesn't step up. They went through 5 goalies in the season, and Aiden Hill was the guy that had to step up in the playoffs. He got healthy, and it's made a huge difference. Aiden Hill is really tough not to say. Mark Stone has been automatic. He's been an unbelievable leader. He's been a goal scorer. I mean, he's been leading. The guy is almost by himself on line 1, on the first line. And he's that valuable that they don't probably need a second guy. And then Jack Eichel, it's so hard not to say him too. Jack Eichel with 8 assists in 1 series. Absolutely incredible. Golden Knights attendants are trying to clean off the ice with all the hats that were thrown on there. Hat trick challenge, man. That shorthanded goal to start, they're showing a replay of it right now, was absolutely beautiful. Look off, it was unbelievable. The one-timer for the second goal to put the Golden Knights up 5-1 in the second period, unbelievable. And this empty netter, man. What a nice roll. The entire bench is celebrating, dude. They know. Second career postseason hat trick. First captain to record a hat trick in postseason. What? Did you see that stat? That's an incredible stat. First captain to record a hat trick in the Stanley Cup final. We're talking about an illustrious... Look at that fake Stanley Cup being passed around in Vegas. Vegas has got to be lit right now. Get that second line on there, man. I don't know. Hey, listen, Adam, tell me I'm wrong, but I think that empty netter came way too soon. They had 6 minutes left, dude. They score another goal, and I don't know. They're still down. They were still down 5 goals. 4 goals. They're still down 4 goals. I don't know if that empty netter was too soon or not. I could be wrong. Maybe in their mind they're like, we're just tired. They're gassed. Like, the Florida Panthers are gassed. They weren't a very deep team. They were gritty. Kachuk was the majority of their team. I mean, losing Kachuk tonight, this could be a different game, a more competitive game if Kachuk's here, but this is just unbelievable hockey by the Golden Knights tonight. We're going to go to a quick break because it is a commercial break. When we get back, I'm hoping we can celebrate before the time runs out here. When we get back, we're going to talk more Golden Knights, give you a bit deeper dive into the recap of what's going on this season, how good this Golden Knights team is here on the Sin City Sports Show presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you looking for a sports show that maybe isn't 100% about sports?
Then you might want to check out the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Most sports shows cover only scores and stats, and while we're not opposed to that, we dig a little deeper into sports issues and some of the hottest topics in athletics.
In addition to sports, we take a journey through my neck of the woods, pop culture, with movie reviews of both sports and non-sports films.
Speaking of pop culture, make sure to participate in our game nights, where we quiz each other on our specialties, and you, the listeners, can win IE Sports Radio apparel.
We always have a great time learning more about each other's worlds, one show at a time.
So join us each week on the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports.
Still third period, Golden Knights with an 8-3 lead, 3 minutes and 51 seconds, 3 minutes and 48 seconds and counting. And guess what? We're going to have a new Stanley Cup champion and a new champion in Vegas. The first Stanley Cup victory, the first Stanley Cup to be hoisted in Vegas in its first 6 years, by the way. Only a 6-year team. They've been in the playoffs four out of those 6 years. They've been to the Western Conference Finals two out of the 6. Stanley Cup Finals 2 out of the 6. And they're going to be 1 for 2. 1 for 2 in the Stanley Cup as a team. And they've been absolutely dominant, man. This could be one of the deepest teams I think we've ever seen. Like, this is one of the teams I think could have competed with the Colorado Avalanche last year. Like, they're that good. Unbelievably good across the board. I mean, we have to be excited if you're Vegas, man. I mean, imagine if the Raiders figured it out. That's the most popular team in Vegas right now. There's no question about it. And imagine if they won a championship in Vegas. This place would be unbelievable. It'd be absolutely lit. You'd have a good mix of brand new portion of the fan base and then the old school fan base coming down. Vegas would be unbelievable as far as celebrations are concerned. The parade's going to be nuts. But 3 minutes left. Florida Panthers are trying to skate. I mean, give it to them, man. They're fighting. Man, they're fast. Sometimes they got some serious speed. Duclair is a fast skater, man. I'm sure we're going to see an icing call. Icing on the Vegas Golden Knights. Marchessault, the second line's in the lineup on the ice. About ready to take the face-off down in the Vegas Golden Knights defensive zone. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left is the puck stoppage. 8-3 Golden Knights. 29 shots on goal for the Golden Knights. 33 for the Florida Panthers. I'd say that's a 8 out of 29 is a pretty great percentage for the Vegas team. Vegas is still being aggressive, man. That's one thing I like about this Vegas Golden Knights team. Very aggressive, still aggressive in the offensive zone. They're past center ice. Waiting to get a bit more of a rotation, throw the puck in there. Line changes coming up, so we're going to see the third lineup, or the third line showing up here. Florida's still moving the puck out, approaching center ice, in Vegas' zone. Aiden Hill kind of pokes the puck away. William Karlsson with possession. Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore has been an absolute monster. He was a monster for the Ducks. It's no surprise at all that he's killing it for the Golden Knights. Haig, one of the goal scorers in this game, had a great tip in earlier in the game. Very heads up. And he fought for it too, man. Saw a loose puck, hit it, went right over the right shoulder of Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky's been an excellent goalie. I mean, I wouldn't let this be an indictment, folks. I just don't think the Panthers' lineup is anywhere near as deep as the Vegas Golden Knights. Bobrovsky's been an excellent goalie in his career. He was excellent for the Columbus Blue Jackets for all those years, and I thought he was a great pickup for the Florida Panthers. It's something they really needed to make themselves a contender, and look where it got him, man. Up until this series, Bobrovsky was unbelievable. He was lights out in the playoffs. I just think this Vegas Golden Knights team would just scouted the crap out of Bobrovsky. I think they knew exactly what it would take. I think Bobrovsky's weakest point is that stick side or just right above the glove, especially if you can get him in that lower position. And they show that. I mean, they've taken advantage of that quite a bit. The one-timers from the right side, especially off passes, are a big weak spot for Bobrovsky. And the Golden Knights have taken advantage of that so far in the series. They've taken advantage of it this game alone. 1 minute, 22 seconds left in the third period. 1 minute, 22 seconds left in the league or in the season here for the Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knight fans are absolutely waving the towels. They're jacked. They're excited. They know. They know it's coming. They know the celebration's coming. Aiden Hill looks nervous. He shouldn't be. Sigh of relief. Get that trophy. He's going to have a payday. Could very well be a top 10 paid goalie. Oh, that's kind of crazy. They just showed a highlight of the owner saying that we'll have a championship in 6 years. That's crazy. Another goal, number 9. Unbelievable. And again, Bobrovsky had no help there, dude. How does the same player shoot a puck, scramble, find the puck within those 5 seconds and still get that goal? Bobrovsky's just not getting help, man. 9-3. What an embarrassing way to go out, honestly, if you're Florida. I mean, imagine being Florida right now, Florida fans. You can't keep a quarterback on the field. You haven't been relevant since the 70s. Dolphins haven't been relevant since the 70s. Last Miami championship, I want to say, was the Heat back in 2006, for F's sake. Miami Heat just lost recently to the Denver Nuggets, and it wasn't even close. It was, Denver just... I'll say this, the Joker is probably the best player in the league right now, and it's hard to say otherwise. He's unbelievable. Florida's just having a hard time. Mark Stone, first player to score a hat trick in the cup-clinching game since 1922. Babe die. That's unbelievable. 20 seconds left. The Florida Panthers are being respectful. Reinhardt's skating around. This game's over. And for the first time, folks, for the first time in their 6-year existence, the Vegas Golden Knights, with a 9-3 victory in Game 5 at home, are your 2023 Stanley Cup champions. The final buzzers come off. The team's celebrating at the end of the ice. Vegas fans are going absolutely nuts. Hats, sticks, gloves, everything you can count is all over the ice right now, and you have nothing but ice attendants trying to pick things up. Bruce Cassidy deserves nothing but a ton of credit for what he was able to do with this team. It was a winning team. They made a coaching change, man. That coach ended up going to the Bruins. Look what the Bruins did. They won the President's Trophy. But they just couldn't get past this round, man. They couldn't get past that Western Conference Final consistently. Here's another storyline. Jack Eichel was drafted the same year at number 2 as Connor McDavid. Jack Eichel now has a trophy, a Stanley Cup trophy, before Connor McDavid, the great one, the next great one, did. Unbelievable. And all Jack Eichel needed after some neck surgeries was a change of scenery. I mean, look at this, man. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, dude. T-Mobile Arena is absolutely erupted. Coach is getting his hand shook. He deserves it. Bruce Cassidy probably deserves Coach of the Year. Who I think will get the Conn Smythe Trophy, I think 3 players deserve it for the Golden Knights. I truly believe Aiden Hill should be close to the top of the list, if not the top of the list. Mark Stone, Jack Eichel for his selfless play and those 8 assists that he's had in this game or in this series. What a resurgence Jack Eichel made. I mean, there were a lot of experts that said his career is basically done. It was wasted in Buffalo. He's been nothing but a game changer since he arrived. It started out rough, but he was injured, man. He was coming back from a neck injury, a neck surgery. It took him half a season last year to get it going. Now look at him. He's been lights out. Excellent player. And he's a huge reason. No one can take that away from him. He's a huge reason Mark Stone and Marchessault and these guys are able to hoist this trophy tonight. Got a member of the Golden Knights organization handing out Stanley Cup hats. Celebrations going nuts. As always, hockey being the respectful sport it is, they are shaking hands. It's one thing I love about hockey, man. It is just a man's sport. There's just something old school about it. Marchessault celebrating. Deserved. Riley Smith, former St. Louis Blue, won a cup. St. Louis Blues just a few years ago. This should be his second cup here in his NHL career. His storied NHL career, for that matter. He was an excellent center for years. Now with the Golden Knights, he's a third-line center. Did an excellent job. Oh, my goodness. And to think, folks, this team barely missed the playoffs last year because of injuries to their main players, right? You had a bunch of experts saying, how could they maneuver the cap? How could they get under the cap and still be a contender? I'd say they did a pretty damn good job. Pretty damn good job, folks. I have to know, Adam, are they going to announce the Conn Smythe Trophy winner tonight as we speak? Phil Kessel, he gets another trophy. He had a couple with the Penguins. The Iron Man of hockey, the NHL. Phil Kessel gets an award. He was probably a fourth line, older guy, but guess what? He kicked ass. Took names. Man, so happy for Jack Eichel. He's got a real comeback story, man. They're about to interview Bruce Cassidy. Florida Panthers coach and Bruce Cassidy. Bruce Cassidy center ice, waving the hat at the fans in his fancy suit there in Vegas. Center ice, Stanley Cup presentation coming up next. Man, what a good feeling it is to be the Vegas show host tonight. I hope I experience this with the Raiders one of these days, man. Unbelievable. Taryn Rodriguez says, from no playoffs last year to Stanley Cup this year, a lot changes in a year. Dude, yeah, I mean, when your team is healthy, when your best players are healthy, it matters. Yes, give it 10 minutes and we'll learn from the Conn Smythe Trophy winner. Oh, my gosh. Looks like it's about to be overtime. Sin City Sports. Larry, am I good to go for about another 10, 15 more minutes? Have we been given enough live content here for this last 40 minutes of this show? You let me know, man. It is presented right before the cup. That's good to know. Thank you, Adam. You Neutral Zone expert, you. If you guys get a chance, make sure you guys check out the Neutral Zone just before Sin City Sports. They have the best drop. Not quite as cool as the Sin City Sports Show. I mean, how could you be as cool as Sin City, the new title town? But he does an excellent job over there with Zach. I used to be the host of the Neutral Zone. It's a lot of fun. Talking hockey, it's just the most underrated sport, man. Taryn Rodriguez says, I say yes. Taryn, I mean, you're basically the boss. Just kidding. For real, though, you're the best. As long as I'm not bleeding anybody's time, guys, I will stay on. No joke. I saw the roster. I saw the schedule. I don't think I saw anybody after me. So just give me the heads up, man. If you give me the thumbs up, I will stay on another 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go to a quick break. They're in a TV commercial. When we get back, we're going to talk about who the Conn Smythe Trophy winner is and the start of the Stanley Cup presentation. Here on the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great. Here to give you what you want. Here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back to the Sin City Sports Show, overtime of the Sin City Sports Show. No overtime needed in this Stanley Cup final. Game 5, clinched by the Golden Knights in Vegas. Season's over, 9-3. Golden Knights in a dominating fashion, Game 5 for their first Stanley Cup trophy. And it's unbelievable to think about because the general manager and head coach at the launch or the inaugural ceremony in 2016 said, give us 6 years. It's been exactly 6 years, folks, and the Golden Knights are your Stanley Cup champions. What that tells you is you have an amazing organization, you have a great GM, excellent ownership, you're in a great market, and they followed a plan. And they stuck to the plan, even when maybe they had doubts from time to time. That tells you great organization, man. I'd say it like this. Do you think the Patriots had doubts in those 10 years that they didn't win their Super Bowl titles from like 2005 to 2014? I'm sure they did. I'm 100% sure they did. But being a good organization, having a great head coach, great staff, GM, players, leaders, great organizations overcome that type of stuff. Great organizations stick to a plan, and they make adjustments when they need to, but for the most part, they stick to a plan, and they carry it out. And that's exactly what the Golden Knights did in their first 6 years. They've done everything they could to be competitive. They've traded away excellent players. They've traded away draft picks. They've traded away prospects that could be future stars in the NHL for that matter, all to make sure that their team is staying relevant, staying competitive, and the magic they did over this offseason was unbelievable. The magic they did in this offseason after all the injuries, you had a cap situation that was not cool, in a horrible situation for that matter. Unbelievable. Look at the hill, HILL, people in the background right up against the glass. All in sweaters with number 33 on them. That's so badass. It's probably his family members, and they got a front row seat to watch their family member play. Commissioner of the NHL is coming up. We're going to talk about the Conn Smythe Trophy. I want to announce that before we get to the Stanley Cup, and we will end this show, folks. What a fun show this has been tonight. And tell me, folks, if you folks like this, if you think we could get better and give more live calls, I'd be happy to do that. I'm going to have a little more free time on Sundays. I'd be happy to do live Raiders calls if we need to. Heck, I'm a big fan of Derek Carr. I'd do some Saints games. You let me know, Larry. Was this good live calls? Do you need more? Football's my game. I have no problem doing that one. That'd be easy. Conn Smythe is about to be announced. NHL Commissioner. Stay tuned. Marchessault is the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, and he wasn't on my list, but he's tied for goals in this playoff series, and he was one of the original Golden Knights. Just so folks understand, Marchessault was one of the players that was given away by Florida during the expansion draft. Marchessault was basically picked by the Golden Knights to start off this team, along with William Karlsson, for that matter. Two guys that have been mainstays of this franchise for its first 6 years. Now, Jonathan Marchessault is your Conn Smythe Trophy winner of the 2023 season. And it's very deserved, man. He's been an absolute sniper this playoffs. Unbelievable. Tied. And listen, Jack Eichel deserves credit. So many assists. 8 alone in this series. We're talking about 5 games. Jack Eichel had 8 assists. Mark Stone, he had 3 tonight. I think he had a total of 5 goals in 5 games. Like, he was unbelievable as well. The Stanley Cup is on its way out. Folks, this has been an excellent year, man. What a fun year. Bettman is garbage just like any other commissioner, man. All they care about is money and keeping their job. Let's be honest. Nothing could ever be as bad as Goodell. You know what I mean? Nothing could ever be that way. I'm so glad the last game added on a Tuesday night. You're 100% correct, Larry. Larry, you let me know, man. Do you think I should do more live calls, more live games? I'd be happy to do a few Raiders games this year if you're down. Maybe you should do it with me. You are a Raiders fan, for that matter. I think we'd kill it. You let me know, man. If you think it's a good idea, we'll do it. I know I need work. It's my first one in a long time, but I love sports, dude. And this was so much fun. What a great night to be a Vegas fan. Congratulations to the Golden Knights indeed, folks. Your 2023 Stanley Cup winners, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Las Vegas Golden Knights. Titletown is now Vegas, and you can't tell me otherwise. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you so much for being supporters all year long. We still got a full half of the year to talk sports. Even if the Raiders are going to be bad, we're going to have a good time. The Lady Aces are still on fire. So much to talk about. And as always, great support from my teammates. Great support from the listeners out there. This is the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Cale Henderson. Guys, get at me. Get at me on my Twitter, at SinCity_IASR. Let's go ahead and celebrate this Vegas Golden Knight wins, because we are the champions. Q Queen, because it's legit, folks. Q Queen. Get at me on my personal, at Cale_Henderson, where we talk all things sports, maybe some Call of Duty from time to time. But most importantly, this is IE Vegas. And as always, folks, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love, peace, and hair grease, folks.